Good morning, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. That's all the French I know. I apologize. Worked hard on that. My name's Mauler from the new Hot 89.9, and what a great day it is. On Friday of last week, I received a call just before my vacation. You see, I rented a cottage, and I got the cottage rented back in January. And about 2 weeks later, I started reading on Twitter about a young lady by the name of Hélène Campbell. And I started following her story and helping her out and getting the word out about organ donation. Well, flash forward about 6 months later, and I'm at the cottage that I was renting in January, and who's the one woman who takes me away from my cottage that I rented? Hélène Campbell. She gets a pass, so she's the only person on the planet that would get me away from the cottage today. So it's great to see her, her family, and all of you here today. We'd like to invite a few people to say a few words today, and then we'll open it up for some questions at the end. I'd like to now introduce the Honorable Leano Aglukkaq, the Minister of Health, to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. To the Campbell family, thank you for being here. Let me begin by saying the words that so many people have been waiting to hear, and that is welcome home, Hélène. It is absolutely wonderful, Hélène, that you and your family are back here in Ottawa. Hélène, over the past year, you have inspired so many people in Canada and out in the international community. It's been said that at times of reveal difficult times, or during difficult times, the true characters arise from people. So, Hélène, you have shown grace and courage and inner strength during this difficult time, and all the while keeping a great sense of humor. Literally thousands of people have watched you every move in social media. After your surgery last April, personalities of television, newspaper reports, and radio shows like the Morning Hot Tub kept thousands more up to date and up to speed with the challenges that you face. We anxiously waited for the news that you had taken your first unassisted breath with your new lungs. When you exhaled, we exhaled too. Over the last year, you have become a beacon of light for organ donation and campaign everywhere. You look beyond yourself and engaged international stars in your quest to raise awareness about organ donation. Through it all, you inspire Canadians to give the gift of life. The importance of research in the transplantation community cannot be overstated. Today, I am pleased to tell you and everyone gathered here that our government has committed $10 million to support the National Transplant Research Program to increase donation and to help those who receive transplants. This program should be in place by next spring, and I believe it will help more people like Hélène in the future. Ontario's Trillium Gift of Life Network knows firsthand how Hélène's efforts contributed to a significant increase in organ registration, and I encourage everyone to visit their website www.beadonor.ca, where you can sign up to be an organ donor and learn how one donor can save up to 8 lives. Last May, Prime Minister Stephen Harper presented Hélène with the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal for her work in raising awareness for organ donation. Today, I would like to present Hélène with a traditional women's Inuit ulu. In my home territory of Nunavut, the ulu represents strength. Hélène, you have embodied the idea of strength in the hearts and minds of Canadians and for many around the world. And the recovery from such a serious operation is a long one, but I know you will be lifted by the love and the support of your friends and your family. You have captured the hearts of all Canadians, Hélène, and I thank you for your tireless efforts to raise awareness about organ donation. As you pass a torch to those that follow in your footsteps, I am confident that we will embrace their stories in the same way we did yours. So thank you, and you can
Looking this way, please.
Thank you, Minister. Next up, we would like to invite MP Pierre Poilievre to the podium to say a few words.
Merci beaucoup tout le monde, Mauler, Madame la Ministre, et surtout la famille Campbell. J'aimerais tout d'abord vous dire ce que tant de gens sont impatients d'entendre. Bienvenue chez vous, Hélène. Nous sommes très fiers de vous accueillir à votre ville d'Ottawa et surtout à votre communauté, notre communauté mutuelle de Barrhaven, que j'ai l'honneur de représenter à la Chambre des communes et que vous avez tellement inspiré. Je peux vous dire qu'il y a tellement de personnes dans notre collectivité qui vous ont donné ces prières, ses amours et ses supports pendant cette période très difficile, mais aussi période dans laquelle vous avez beaucoup réussi. On dit que ce sont des difficultés qui dévoilent le caractère des gens. Hélène, vous avez démontré le visage de courage et de la force intérieure durant ces moments difficiles, tout en conservant votre sens de l'humour. J'ai été très impressionné ce matin d'apprendre que vous avez recommencé de faire de la course et que vous êtes en train de vous entraîner pour devenir encore plus fort. And you've obviously been doing a lot of exercise, and in fact, you've run more kilometers in the last couple of weeks than I have. So I have a lot of catching up to do. I also want to highlight that notre gouvernement s'est engagé à verser 10 millions de dollars dans un programme national de recherche sur le greffe d'organes afin d'augmenter les dons et d'aider ceux et celles qui reçoivent des greffes d'organes. Finalement, j'aimerais offrir mes pensées et mon amour à la famille du donneur d'organes et à toutes les familles et tous les donneurs d'organes qui font sacrifice afin d'aider les autres et afin de sauver des vies. Alors, merci beaucoup et encore félicitations de votre succès. Merci.
Thank you very much, sir. He just learned how to speak French this morning. Great job, sir. Just for you. All right. Before we get to the Lady of the Hour, we'd like to introduce two very important people here today who have been by this lady's side since the beginning. They wouldn't leave her side, obviously, because they are her parents. Please welcome to the podium Alan and Manon Campbell.
Well, I made some notes, and I just want to say that the Honourable Minister and our member stole most of my thunder, so I'll just keep this very short. I've had the opportunity over the last few months to thank many people. I've thanked neighbors, friends, family, church, colleagues, Hot 89.9, the media in general, and the list goes on and on. But the one thing that I never thought to thank was our country, our nation. And our country is really unique in this world. It cares for individuals. It's got a compassion that is unparalleled in the world. And as a father who's seen how that compassion has come together in a very practical way to save your life, I'm very thankful. And I'm thankful that our government continues to pursue anything it can to help people waiting on the transplant list. And this is something very, very dear to Hélène, our family, and many, many of you in this room. So how do you thank a country? Well, I'm saying thank you to Canada. I want to just close these remarks with a story. When we were in Toronto, and then became friends with a young man. He was born in another country. He's like many Torontonians. And he told me, Hélène is a very lucky girl. If she were born in my country, she would be dead right now. And knowing that is true, I have to thank the world-class institution that is the Toronto General. Their transplant program is unparalleled in the world, and if Hélène weren't in the right country at the right time, in the right program, she would not be here. So we're just very cognizant of that and very thankful. So we thank God that all these things came together, and that we're here to celebrate our dear daughter's return.
Bonjour à tous. Il y a environ un an, à partir du 22 juillet cette année, notre famille apprenait la gravité de l'état des poumons d'Hélène. Et puis, cet événement-là a marqué un parcours qui, pour nous marquera notre vie à toujours. C'est à travers les soins dévoués et la direction du programme de pneumologie à l'hôpital d'Ottawa que nous avons débuté notre démarche vers la greffe pulmonaire. Nous avons été témoins d'une excellente communication et collaboration entre ces deux centres hospitalisés bien renommés. Avec l'hôpital d'Ottawa et l'hôpital général de Toronto, Hélène était et est encore entre bonnes mains. Quittant famille, amis, Hélène et moi avons déménagé à Toronto le 19 janvier. Pour nous deux, cette expérience de vie à Toronto demeure grandement marquée par un accueil chaleureux, amical et généreux, rendant l'attente des poumons plus que supportable. Non seulement nous étions dans un endroit excellent pour les services médicaux, mais on était entourés par la richesse de nouvelles rencontres et des amitiés qui probablement vont durer pour le reste de notre vie. Notre foi a été raffermie à travers ce trajet. Les prières, les mots d'encouragement, les gestes amicaux et l'amour de notre famille, parents, amis, et à maintes occasions de purs étrangers, nous ont accordé la force nécessaire pour affronter la séparation familiale et l'état de santé périssable des mères. Pour notre famille, le cadeau de nouveaux poumons qu'Hélène a reçu le 6 avril dernier sera toujours cher à nos cœurs. Notre fille Elisabeth ne peut pas être avec nous aujourd'hui parce qu'elle travaille dans un foyer, mais Marie et David se joignent à nous. Et puis c'est grâce à ce cadeau que notre famille est ici aujourd'hui. Finalement réunis, que nous sommes tous heureux de partager avec vous ce moment joyeux. Good morning, everyone. Almost a year ago, July 22nd, 2011, our family got the news of Hélène's bad lung. That would lead us on a journey that would forever impact each one of us. It was through the dedicated care and guidance of the Ottawa Hospital Respirology Program that we started on the lung transplant process. To see the level of communication and collaboration between both the Ottawa Hospital and the Toronto General Hospital was very reassuring. Hélène was and still is in good hands, and we are grateful for everyone's efforts. Leaving family and friends behind on January 19th, Hélène and I moved to Toronto. For the two of us, our life's experience in Toronto is marked by a very warm, friendly, and generous welcome, making the wait for Hélène's transplant more than bearable. Our wait involved meeting many fine peoples. Our faith was strengthened through this journey. Prayers, words of encouragement, kind gestures, and the love from family, friends, and in many instances of strangers provided us with the daily strength to face the challenges of our family's separation and Hélène's declining health. For our family, the gift of new lungs that Hélène received on April 6, 2012 in Toronto will forever be cherished. Our daughter Elizabeth did not join us today. She's out of town working at a summer camp, but our son David and our daughter Mary is here with us today. And because of this gift of life that Hélène has received, these new lungs, our family can be finally reunited today, and we're very happy to share this joyful moment with you. It's good to be home. Qu'il fait bon d'être chez nous.
Thank you very much. All right, well, I will say my part quickly before we get to Hélène. I think Twitter is a weird thing. In the fact that you can communicate with strangers on a daily basis about whatever you want. And about 6 months ago, I was on Twitter and I saw Hélène's story, and I started retweeting about her story to help this young lady get some new lungs. And we got talking on Twitter and then off Twitter through email. And still, somebody I'd never met before, I'm championing the cause to save this young lady's life, and I've never even met her before in my life. And then, come March, I had the opportunity to go down to Toronto and actually meet with Manon and Hélène, and it was very emotional for me to have a connection a couple months after really trying to help her out. And so when we met, she was crying, I was crying. I don't like to admit that in public, turn off the cameras. But there was a connection there, and we've been friends ever since, and I hope we're friends for many years to come. And I think, well, I'm hoping. Well, at least on my side. She's a celebrity now, you know. But I think we're kindred spirits somehow. We were meant to meet each other and help each other out. And I'm really honored that she asked me to be here today to be up at this podium introducing all these folks. So thank you on behalf of myself and my radio station. I do appreciate it. But enough about me. Let's talk about her. Ladies and gentlemen, it's proof that you should be an organ donor because she's here right now way earlier than she should be. Hélène Campbell.
Ottawa. I haven't been able to say that in a while. Actually, last time I said it was over Skype. I like not Skyping sometimes. All right, so I'd like to thank you, Minister, and Monsieur Pierre, Poilievre, and Mauler. Thanks for taking away from the cottage. I really appreciate it. I'd like to emphasize how grateful I am to my donor family, and as well to all of you for coming out to support me and my family, and to celebrate one of a successful transplant story, such as mine. It's been such a blessing to receive such encouragement from friends, colleagues, family, church, colleagues, schools, my community, and the media as well. I'm so glad and I'm happy and excited about the investment in transplant research. I'm glad that I can rush to the bathroom now. It sounds silly, but I'm glad. I feel great. Leaving Toronto has been an amazing joy. It's been great, but I feel like I've been rescued from a sinking ship. In the sense that I am fortunate that I'm alive here today, but the people I met back in Toronto waiting on that list aren't always so fortunate. I'm so fortunate that I got that second chance, and I've been rescued from this sinking ship, and I'm home now. So I would like to speak about a connection I made with a young girl out in Toronto. That still for me, I've never experienced loss, but for me, this has been the hardest journey of my life. this poor girl, her name is, I won't mention, but she was 20 years old, my age. And about 2 weeks ago, she got to go home. But not because she got the donor lungs in time, because she didn't make it in time. She had to go home because she was so sick, no longer available or suitable to receive the organ transplant she needed. So she got a welcome home, which is not the same as mine. And I just want to say that there are such people that do go home to their families, or do go home to believers, or don't make it. And through this process, I'm just so fortunate that I'm able to speak to you today in this successful story. And we also want to emphasize the news that Minister Aglukkaq said today about investing $10 million in transplant research. Gives us hope for the future. And I really encourage everyone to be an organ donor. Check out www.poilievre.ca. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Hélène. All right, so there will be no one-on-ones today, but we would open the floor up to the media. You are allowed asking one question and one follow-up, and we'll play it by ear how long this goes. But would you like to come back up to the podium?
Je dois continuer à faire la physio tous les jours et je vais prendre mes médicaments à tous les jours comme une bonne café. Je vais aussi vivre ma vie comme je suis supposée, une fille de 21 ans. Je vais continuer à être pour la cause et je suis en train d'écrire un livre pour de mon histoire.
Helen, I wondered if you could talk about what it was like to become an international celebrity with Ellen, with Justin Bieber, with all the attention that you've received. Were you surprised by that? I mean, tell us a little bit about what that experience was like and how it's changed your life.
It still hasn't hit me. I'll be honest, those things did happen, but they were never for me. They've always been for organ donation, and so I will always think it's great organ donation has now been brought away, not Hélène Campbell. I don't like to think of it that way.
Are you going to go back on the show? Do you have any other plans to speak out? What are you going to do in terms of raising awareness from now on?
I'm writing a book right now about my story, and also we're heading back to be on the Ellen Show and dance again. I'm not sure when, but it's going to happen. But definitely, it doesn't end here. It does not end here.
Hélène, can you talk about your relationship with the donor family and whether or not there are those ties? Like, it must have been very emotional. Can you talk about that, please?
The trillion gift of life, the only way you come in contact with your donor family is through an anonymous letter. So there's been no connection with me and the donor family as of yet. So that's something I'm thankful for, but I'd like to keep personal and with.
Would you like to meet them at all?
It's something I'd like to do if they're comfortable. It's through trillion gift of life, so we have to wait and see.
Alan, we've talked about the celebrities that have reached out to you, but what about regular Canadians and people that you've met from around the world? Can you give us an example of the kind of outpouring you've been getting?
There have been so many people reaching out to me. That's why when people say, are you phased about Justin Bieber and Ellen? Yes, but at the same time, no. I'm phased about every stranger I've met down the street or person who lived in my apartment building who brought something over and said, this is for you guys, or just if there's anything we can do to help. There have been people from the Great Alps wishing us air. There have been people from South Africa just hoping for us and still following our story today. People in different languages writing and trying to translate over Google, thanking us through our website.
So what are your other goals? You're writing a book, but what other personal goals do you have in front of you right now?
I like to go back to school, spend as much time as I can with my family, and just live my life as Hélène Campbell would have before with organ donation. I'm so grateful for this second chance.
Avec ta situation, c'est sûr qu'il y a eu une attention médiatique qui est quand même assez énorme. Est-ce que tu ne crains pas que le fait du don d'organes s'estompe une fois que tout redevient clair?
J'espère que ça ne stoppe pas parce que j'espère qu'on change la mentalité du monde envers le donation d'organes, envers le donneur d'organes. On veut changer la mentalité que les personnes ne parlent pas de cette cause. On aimerait que le monde parle de cette cause. Ils connaissent la cause, mais ça ne va pas être un gros problème. Ça va être quelque chose que le monde discute ensemble. C'est pas, oh my gosh, on n'a pas parlé de ça, on va parler de ça, puis on se passe. On pense à un autre sujet. C'est rapidement fait et on a rien à craindre.
En anglais, tu as parlé d'une amie que tu as perdue. Je me demandais si tu pouvais nous raconter cette histoire-là.
Oui, j'avais une amie qui vient de Québec, Québec City, Puis elle avait mon âge, 20 ans aussi. Puis elle attendait une greffe de pneumo de cœur. Elle a retourné chez elle, mais c'est parce qu'elle n'a pas eu ses organes en temps. Elle était trop malade pour être sur la liste. Donc les médecins l'ont renvoyée chez elle. Alors elle a un retour chez elle, mais pas avec une bonne, c'est une histoire qui se finit bien. Elle a une histoire qu'elle sait qu'elle ne va pas survivre maintenant chez elle. Elle a plus d'espoir. Alors pour moi, c'était vraiment un gros choc. Quand tout le monde retourne chez eux, tout le monde a une bonne fin. C'est ça la réalité des greffes. Alors on voudrait vraiment encourager le monde de continuer de donner le regard. C'est ça, continue pas aujourd'hui. Continue. Merci.
Hélène, can you speak about what it was like to come home last night and to spend the night at home in Barhaven?
Wonderful.
Yeah, and just to be with your friends and family again here.
Well, the first thing I did, like I said, is going rushing to the bathroom. I got to drive a bit of the car ride home, which was nice. My first time driving in a long time. I don't know how my mom felt about it. She's really a backseat driver. But no, it felt great coming home, driving home to our house. And my dad was there, and the first thing I said, I'm going bathroom, running to the house, which I would not have been able to do before. Being home around home, it felt surreal. It hasn't really hit me yet. So as life goes on, with this new way of living, as I have to have a very routine. Regimented. Thank you. I have to have a very regimented routine. Mom was feeding me lines.
She is a backseat driver.
She is. Even when I'm at the podium.
And just clearly an outpouring of support from everyone here in Ottawa. Just talk about that and about listening to your parents speak here this morning.
Listening to my parents speak this morning, it was nice, but to have my family here in the audience, knowing I'm in Ottawa, that was what really made and hit home for me. I got teary at one point, seeing my webmaster and his family as well, and the community of Ottawa, Pierre, Poilievre, as well. It's really encouraging, and the support is overwhelming. Oh, I just saw someone else in the crowd. And like you heard, I just took a big deep breath. That's actually my reaction. It's just, wow. Thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed.
Thanks.
You've inspired hundreds and hundreds of people to become donors, to sign their cards or register online. I'm wondering what you have to say to them. And also, you mentioned a friend that went home not able to get a transplant. But what message do you have for other people like yourself who are waiting and hoping? So can you address those who are donating and those who are waiting?
Yes, those who are donating. It's just amazing that people can consider being so selfless and consider others in a time of grief when they lost someone. And that's like the most, like the golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do to you. Give as if you would like to receive. So it's something that for everyone who's considering donating or not sure if they should or not donate, why not? If you would take an organ, why not give an organ? Or if your mother or brother or sister needed an organ, how would you feel? I'm sure you would not hesitate to want someone else to give their organ up. So consider put yourself in that situation. And for those who are waiting, it is an experience, something that you'll never be able to pay for an experience like that. It's not that I wish it on anybody, but it is such a character-building experience. And the perspective on life changes through this experience, and it's something that every day, if you have faith, or rely on your faith, or try and, like, the support network you have is so important, because it really makes all the difference. For me, it was my faith and the support network we have.
And can you just talk about your recovery? I mean, you seem 100% fine. Are you? What's next for you in terms of your recovery? Are you still getting therapy? Like, how does it work now?
Well, as part of the medication, being active is part of something I have to continue my lifestyle, and I have a very regimented routine, as my mom helped me out with earlier. So it's just, I have stuff I'll have to do for the rest of my life, being on immunosuppressants as I have an organ that my body will try to reject. But it's just, as far as being healthy, I'm on the road to amazing recovery. It takes about a year to recover fully from a lung transplant, and so we'll wait for next year to come about, and then I'll say I'm fully good. But now it's one day at a time, and already I feel so much better than I did a few days ago, and it's just one day at a time.
That's it, everyone. Thank you very much. We're going to do a group shot. So if you'd like to get that for the cameras, that would be great. I want to thank everybody coming in here, family and friends, members of the media. Thank you very much for your time today. Have a wonderful afternoon.